Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina and today's pick a card is all about what your next relationship is going to be like, what your next partner is going to be like. Obviously this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. Try to take it all with a grain of salt. This is just for fun. So yeah, we have 4 piles as you can see right in front of you. Group 1 is a amethyst spirit point, group 2 is a moon shaped rose quartz, group 3 is a heart shaped jasper, and group 4 is a golden healer's quartz, I believe. So take a minute to pause the video if you need to and intuitively choose which pile resonates with you most. And once you have your pile, once you have made your choice, you can check out the timestamps down below that I will be leaving in the description. And yeah, so if you like the video, if it resonates with you, if you're able to get something out of it, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your feedback. Give the video a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so on Twitter at Sinfulpluto. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading for what your next relationship is going to be like. So let's get right into the tarot cards. So starting off, we have the unknown card, the Fool, Strength reversed, and the Hanged Man. So right off the bat, maybe your next significant other or romantic partner, romantic fling. They might be an Aries or an Aquarius, a Leo, or a Pisces. You know, keep that in mind. Or maybe those are your placements, but we're talking about the other person. So that's what I've got there, all right? So what it kind of looks like with your next relationship, with your next romantic partner, they may be someone who is very free-spirited, and that is probably opposite of you. I get the vibe, especially with the Strength card reversed, that you might possibly be someone who is kind of insecure or someone who is very much within your own shell. Maybe you're not necessarily someone who likes to take risks. Maybe you're someone who you like to stay within your comfort zone. You don't really like to explore very much. So I think that with your next relationship, they might be someone who is a lot more spontaneous, someone who's adventurous. Maybe this person likes to go on hikes or something like that. Maybe they really love nature and being in the outdoors. Maybe there is someone who is very meditative, or someone who tries to look at life as if it were a half glass full type of mentality. Someone who is possibly very connected with themselves. Maybe they're someone who is self-aware in some way, or they just always try to look at the brighter side of things. And with this unknown card here, I get the vibe that your next relationship or your next romantic partner is going to be kind of unpredictable, which could be a little bit off-putting at first, but it might very well be for your own good. It might be something that is very empowering for you and something very different and pushes you out of your comfort zone. They might be someone who you just don't know what's going to come out of their mouth next. You don't know what to expect from them. It seems that also they might be kind of mystical. They might be spiritual, right? With that crystal ball, with the candles and all of that. I just get this vibe that this person might be mystical or spiritual in some way. Maybe they're very self-aware, or maybe they're very into crystals or something along those lines. Who knows, you know? I get the vibe that some of them might be pretty sporty or athletic in some way or another. I mentioned the whole hiking thing, so maybe they are very much into doing that, or maybe going on to like runs or whatever the case may be. And obviously, you know, these are just like random things that are kind of coming to mind as I'm looking at this. So take what resonates, take what works for you, and obviously leave the rest that doesn't. So that's kind of what that looks like here. Again, so they might be very spontaneous, and I feel that they might really empower you, or they might be someone who tries to push you out of your shell. They might make you kind of question your perspective. They might make you question the way that you view life. It kind of seems as though they're not the type of person to just settle for one perspective. They might be someone who is very open-minded and willing to explore different approaches, different ways of doing things, different ways of looking at things. They're not necessarily restricted to one way of being or one way of doing, which is really cool, and that's really exciting. And I think that they might really help you with your confidence with that Strength card reversed here. Or, you know, the roles could be reversed, in which they might be very insecure and you are the spontaneous type. Reverse the roles however way you need to. But that's kind of what it looks like. And also with this unknown card, I wonder if your spirit guides or your angels or your ancestors or whatever the case may be are refusing or withholding certain information about your next relationship or your next romantic partner. I don't know if for some of you, you have been asking a lot about what your next relationship is going to be like, or who this person is going to be like. Maybe you have been very driven or motivated to find out who they are or who they will be or what they will be like. So I wonder if with the unknown card, Spirit is kind of withholding some information, or trying to push you to not worry about it so much because it's still very much in the works, and they're trying to, I guess, prepare you, if you will, or just kind of trying to veer your focus elsewhere so that you're not so focused on love or relationships, because at the end of the day, like at that night, that might not necessarily be the most important thing that you need to be focusing on right now. I wonder if with this person, you will come across them when you least expect it. So that's really cool. There's that, yeah. So let's move on to the next few cards that we have here. First, we have Surrender, which is really interesting. Next, we have Sparks. And then, actually, let me put that like that. I think that's better. And then Friendship. So maybe this is someone that you are friends with, or maybe this is a connection in which you start off as friends and then later down the line, you blossom into something more, which is really cute. I love that. We love a friends to lovers trope, do we not? So we have this Surrender card. So immediately this just gives me the vibe of, I wonder if for some of you, you are some sort of control freak, or you try to predict everything. You try to be in the know of everything. You try to always be in the loop in some way. And with this person's personality, right, with that Fool card being very spontaneous, possibly very childlike, very explorative, very adventurous, I wonder if this person is really going to teach you how to surrender and how to let go, to stop trying to predict everything, and to just go with the flow. I feel like this person is going to teach you how to let go of being so rigid or trying to have structure all of the time. And in turn, you are probably going to teach them how to appreciate structure, how to appreciate rules and doing things by the book. So there is that sort of, the lesson between the both of you is just that reciprocated, like they're teaching you how to be more free-flowing, and they are teaching, and you are teaching them how to be a little bit more structured, how to respect time or things along those lines. And then we have the Sparks, which is really cute. This gives me a lot of the vibe. This gives me the vibe of like butterflies in your stomach. This gives me the vibe of just a lot of excitement between you and this person. I wonder if some of you are, I wonder if like for some of you, you're gonna meet each other like either at a beach or at an amusement park or like at a fireworks show or something along those lines. Or like at a campfire type of thing, or maybe you're gonna meet each other like somewhere in nature. That's really cute. Or like at a bonfire. Oh my god, that'd be so cute, bitch. Fuck. Okay. You could be meeting each other through a mutual friend or something along those lines. This person just feels very free-spirited, and I think that they're going to kind of awaken a part of you, and I feel like they're gonna make you really nervous at first, and that's so adorable. Oh my god, I love that. I feel like with the Sparks card, they're probably gonna make you feel nervous and vice versa. I think it's definitely gonna be a reciprocated thing. And again, you two might start off as friends, but over time, maybe more feelings develop, and you two basically begin to explore the connection with one another. I kind of get the vibe of like things possibly being very slow moving because you are so very much in your shell. And I also feel with the Sparks card, this person is really going to help you find the light within you, or acknowledge the light within you, which is really sweet. And I think that they're really going to push you to explore your dreams and your aspirations. So that's really adorable. I love that. I feel like this person might be really competitive. in one way or another, and they might try to impress you by like doing competitive things with like within the mutual friend group. Like if there's ever something in which multiple people are like participating, or if it's like a competition, like a playful competition amongst friends in some way, like drinking or like beer pong or something, I feel like they might try to impress you by trying to win all of these competitions or anything like that. I'm also kind of thinking of like the Halloween costumes or some sort of little contest that they might try to win in order to get your attention, or in order to impress you in some way. So there's that. And next we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. We have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So this is really cool and interesting. I feel like this person is definitely going to be uplifting you and really pushing you to be your most authentic self, pushing you to be confident. I feel like they're really going to be very empowering with you, very encouraging. This is the type of person, I think, where every day, no matter what you're wearing, no matter how you look, they are going to be like, wow, you look beautiful today. You look so good today. You look so handsome today. I love the way that your hair looks. I love the way that you did your eyebrows. I love this outfit. I love the way your smile looks today. There's a light in your eyes type of thing. I feel like they're going to shower you, I think, with a lot of confidence and with a lot of compliments. And I feel like that's really going to empower you and make you just feel very good about yourself. And with a lot of these compliments, they don't necessarily have to be physical or based on physical traits. For some of you, it could just be like, I love the way that you are so compassionate within the situation. I love the way you did this for that person. I love how compassionate you are, or how patient you are. Thank you for being so patient with me. Does that kind of make sense? There's just like, I feel like this person is really going to acknowledge you for the heart that you have, because I feel like a lot of you have a very big heart, but you don't necessarily realize how compassionate or how big of a heart you have. And I feel that this person is going to feel very protective over you. And I get the vibe of like them possibly, it's not necessarily that they view you as fragile. I think that they very much, they see the power within you, but I think that they might view you a little bit as naive, or because you do have such a big heart, that they don't want you to be taken advantage of. So I think that's how they're going to be protective over you. They don't want other people taking advantage of you. So I think that they're going to teach you a lot about how to stand your ground and how to implement boundaries with other people. And whenever someone is trying to breach a boundary of yours, and if they are in the room with you when this happens, they are going to step between you and this person, and they're going to be like, yo, don't do this, don't talk to my person this way, type of thing, which is really sweet. I feel that I feel that even when you two are not together physically, if someone tries to talk badly about you, or tries to just say something slick with this person, or when this person is around them, they're going to be very quick to call them out on it and be like, hey, don't talk about this person this way. You don't know the first thing about this person, type of thing. I feel, like I said, they're going to be very protective over you, both in your presence and when you're not around, type of thing. And I feel like they're going to be very uplifting with you. And I feel like this is the type of person where they're going to gush a lot about you, which is really sweet. And then we have a Get Creative as our final card. So this person might be an artist of some kind, whether it's a graphic artist, a painter, a dancer, a writer, an author, a poet, a sculptor. Maybe they're just someone who, again, they might be very creative. I also wonder, for some of you, they're gonna push you to be more creative or to pursue your creative endeavors, because I wonder, for some of you, your insecurities got the best of you and you stopped pursuing certain things, certain creative endeavors, certain projects in your life, because you didn't think that you were good enough at them. So again, they're going to be very empowering. They're going to be very encouraging with you, very compassionate with you. And there's a lot of blue here. So there's something with the throat chakra. I wonder if this person is going to, I wonder if, for one, this person could be very outspoken, very honest, very blunt, and not necessarily in a way that is harsh, but just like very straight to the point. And they're going to tell you your thoughts and their opinions and like what they kind of perceive. I feel like this person is going to be very honest with you and kind of push you to look at things from a different perspective and really challenge your beliefs about yourself and challenge your beliefs about the world, your opinions about certain things, that sort of thing. And I also feel like this person might also very much encourage you to do the same. This person might encourage you to speak up for yourself, to not be afraid of speaking up your opinion, of sharing and expressing whatever it is that you have to say. Things along those lines. I also wonder if you are a writer, they're going to push you to get back into writing or something like that. So yes, ma'am, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonates. I hope you were able to get something out of this, and I wish you good luck. With that being said, I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's just get right into it with the tarot cards in terms of what your next relationship or partner is going to be like. So we have the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles reversed, the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands here. So immediately, right off the bat, your person, your next partner, they might be a Leo or they might be a Virgo, or this could be your own placements. But yeah, Leo or Virgo vibes from this person, possibly. I feel like this relationship or this person might require a lot of attention with that 6 of Wands here. And that might be a little bit of an issue because we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed, which can indicate someone who is possibly overworking themselves, someone who is very invested in their work, and just someone who's just very work oriented, just like always striving for more, possibly someone who is very focused on trying to gain as much material things as possible, or trying to kind of up their social status in some way or another, someone who's trying to get in the same room as important people or something along those lines. And that could possibly be an obstacle in terms of this relationship, because it looks as though someone might require a lot of attention here. And with the 8 of Pentacles reversed, with the whole work thing, that might serve as like an obstacle with all of this. We have the 2 of Cups, which is really sweet. It's a very cutesy card. This is showing me how the bond between you two might be really strong. You might have started off as friends first, and then later down the line you became something more. Maybe you two are co-workers or something like that. Or oh my god, excuse me. You could be co-workers, or maybe you're classmates, for example, something along those lines. This to me is showing me that there's a lot of love between you two. There's going to be a pretty strong bond. Like I said, again, maybe start off as friends, or with that 2 of Cups as well. There's just like a mutual understanding of what each person needs, possibly, or just viewing the other person as just very special, something along those lines. And like just there's a value, like each person seems to very value the connection, and with the person, they value the person. And then 9 of Wands. I don't know if you can hear that growling in the background. Oh my god, it's my dog trying to get into the room, but I'm not letting her in the room. I'm doing a reading. And then we have the 9 of Wands. So this person could be very protective of you. Girl, oh my god. The person could be very protective of you, but also this talks about perseverance and patience. So I wonder if your partner, despite this obstacle of working all of the time, I wonder if your person is going to be like, you know what, you are worth it, and so I'm going to fight for you, and I'm going to stay by your side, and I'm going to be very patient. And just be there for you. I wonder for some of you, like you're in medical school or something, and obviously in medical school, you know, you have to take a lot of time to study, and you're always just doing a bunch of different things for school. And so I wonder if for some of you, you're in medical school and that takes up a lot of your time, and it takes up a lot of your energy. And if that's the case, then with this 9 of Wands, this person is like, I don't care. I'm not going to let that stand in the way. I understand that this is all for a bigger purpose. This is so that you can establish your career, and I'm going to be there with you every step of the way, even if it becomes exhausting. They might feel neglected from time to time, which is very understandable given the possible circumstances here, in which case, you know, try to find ways in which you can cater to them if and when that does happen, and not just materially, but, you know, by speaking their love language, whether it is quality time, whether it's words of affirmation or things along those lines, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just get this vibe of like someone with the Two of Cups and with the Nine of Wands, your person being very much a ride or die, and them supporting you even though they might feel neglected periodically throughout the relationship because of you possibly overworking yourself. And with that being said, this relationship with this person might really teach you how to take a step back from work or from certain obligations or whatever the case may be, and take a break from all of that stuff and to not take life so seriously all of the time. I wonder if some of you are just kind of like a stickler in the sense of like, I have to do this work, I have to finish this by this time, I have to do this amount of work by this time, or something along those lines. So I wonder if this person is just going to teach you how to relax. And it's not necessarily like teaching you how to be more adventurous or spontaneous like the first group, but just teaching you how to take a break when it's necessary and when your body is asking for it, so that you can tend to other things in your life. Because I wonder if for some of you, you have neglected other aspects of your life, whether it's family, whether it is actually dating, whether it's friends, or whatever the case may be, in favor of work. And granted, you know, work for your money, you know, get your bag, whatever, focus on school, things like that. But at the same time, you know, with everything, there needs to be a balance. So maybe that's something that this relationship is going to be teaching you. Okay, next we have detachment, love, and we have money versus love. So there's a lot of green here. So this person, so this could either, the green could either relate to money, or it could relate to the heart chakra, to heart matters. Let's see. Right off the bat with this love card, I wonder if for some of you, this person is going to gift you a lot of accessories, gift you a lot of jewels, or just, what's the word? Not jewels, jewelry. Or just be very giving and generous with you in terms of like physical things. Maybe they just want to treat you to nice things. Maybe you are someone who is a little bit stingy when it comes to treating yourself. I mean, maybe you're not necessarily the type to go shopping, for example, or you just kind of neglect your physical appearance because of work, and you know that's understandable, that's fine. But I wonder if this person is going to be very generous with you in that way, and they're going to be like, hey, you know, you deserve to have this really nice thing, this very cute thing, I'm going to buy it for you. So that might be a thing there. And with this detachment card and with like the key here, I wonder if for some of you, you'll end up like moving in together or something, but because you are so focused on work that it feels like you don't talk to each other very much. Like you'll physically be together, but it just feels so emotionally disconnected, in which case that may be something that needs to be worked on, right? The whole thing of just giving each other attention, and the time of day, you know what I mean? Like if you are committing to a relationship, it's important that your needs are being met, but also their needs as well. And of course, every circumstance is different, and especially if you are, you know, going after your goals and you're after your aspirations and things like that. But it's also important, like I said, to find a balance with all of that. And it's so interesting too, because we have money versus love. So this is literally showing me kind of almost like a battle between work and money, work and relationships, work and play type of thing. So that might be a theme that comes up for you within this relationship. And I wonder if with this detachment card, this relationship is going to teach you how to detach from work or from trying to attain perfection in some way, because the Eight of Pentacles reverse can sometimes indicate someone who's very perfectionistic, someone who's very detail oriented to the point that they're focusing on details that don't necessarily matter. Someone who cares a lot about their image, someone who cares about the way in which they are perceived. So I wonder if this person is going to teach you and help you learn how to detach from what people perceive from you, or, you know, to detach from other people's opinions about you, because at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily matter. And I feel, and again, this doesn't mean that this person just like wants you to neglect work. It doesn't necessarily seem that way, but more so just trying to teach you to find a balance, and that other aspects of your life also require catering, not just your work. You know what I mean? Because I wonder for some of you, you've lost yourself in work, or you've lost yourself in trying to go up the social ladder, or the corporate ladder, if you will. So there's that. And I wonder if for some of you, with this money versus love, I wonder if for some of you, you are so used to soothing your partners with physical things, right? With gifts, with nice things, with luxurious presents and things like that, as a way to compensate for the lack of emotional connection between you and this person. But I wonder if this current relationship is going to basically teach you a different perspective, or basically show you that material things are not enough to keep a relationship together. It's not enough to soothe someone in your life, or to kind of brush the emotional neglect under the rug, or, you know, maybe again, reverse the roles however way you need to. Maybe this person is the one who kind of gives you all of these physical things, these material things, and you need a lot more than just material things. You need an actual emotional connection throughout all of this. So I wonder if that is also going to come into play within your next relationship. So there's that. Okay, next we have play. Literally what we were talking about. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So yes, this next relationship is definitely going to teach you how to let loose. I feel like they're gonna push you to socialize more. I wonder if some of you have lost yourselves in work because you felt rejected in social groups, or you felt rejected in any sort of social setting, basically. Or you felt as though you didn't really fit in, even though you may have gotten along with people. It just didn't feel as though you clicked with these people. So I wonder if this person is really going to push you to get comfortable with being in social settings again, to have fun. I feel like this person is going to try to take you out to drinks a lot more. They're going to try to take you out to brunch and, you know, have fun with you there, drinking mimosas and things along those lines. I also, for some of you, I get this vibe of like dancing. I don't know if this person is going to try to take you out to dance. They're going to teach you how to dance, or something like that. I just feel like this sort of energy of letting loose and not being so rigid with yourself, which is kind of similar to the first group as well. And teaching you how to not take life so serious. You know, life isn't just about money. It's not just about work. It's not just about trying to be like the optimal adult or whatever, or trying to be like the ideal adult. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. I feel like this person is going to teach you a lot about that. They're going to teach you a lot about the fact that it's okay to be human. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect all of the time. It's okay to not have your shirts ironed all of the time, or whatever the case may be. I feel like you two might be going a lot to the beach together, you know, enjoying the sun, soaking under the sun type of thing. Maybe they're going to take you like on a yacht or like a boat trip or something like that. Or maybe you go to like a lake house or something along those lines. And I also feel like this person is going to teach you how to celebrate your victories, how to celebrate your wins, because I feel like some of you don't give yourself enough credit. And with that Six of Wands here, I feel like they're going to give you the attention that you don't give yourself, the praise that you don't give yourself. because you're like, oh, this could be better. I could have done this better. I could have done that better. And it's like, dude, just praise yourself for what you have accomplished, because I feel like some of you may hold an unrealistic standard for yourself, and it's not very fair. And next we have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So this to me kind of just looks like creativity and them pushing you to not necessarily be a different person. That's not what it is, but it's more so kind of just like embracing this part of you that you may have repressed or that you haven't really explored because you've just been so fixated on work with that Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this person is gonna basically open a new chapter in your life in which you get to explore these new and different things and kind of help you reach a different definition as to what love is. Yeah. And finally, we have boundaries, which I really love. This is really cool. And I don't know if I already said this, but we have so much green here. So again, this could be like money related, and that's the heart chakra. So this person could really teach you how to be vulnerable. If you're someone who is just generally very closed off and very straight to the point and you don't let people really get close to you, I feel like this person is going to challenge that. And I feel with that Nine of Wands, this is like you basically being closed up and just not letting anyone in. That person is going to challenge that. And it's not necessarily that they're forcing you to open up, but I feel like they're just going to push you a little bit. They're going to poke and prod to get you to open up here. And so with that boundaries card, with the little armadillo, I feel like they're going to push you out of your shell in that way. And they're going to teach you how to not be so tough all of the time. And to just let people in. And to not just hide away. Like, I feel like whenever you get overwhelmed with something, or whenever you feel pushed in an uncomfortable, like if you feel pushed into a corner, you're like, oh, I don't like this. I'm just going to hide. I'm going to, go into my shell. And I feel like this person is going to push you out of that. And also this person, I think, is going to teach you boundaries with work and with play. How to find a balance between work and play, work and personal life type of thing. Life is so much more than just work. It's okay to have a personal life, that type of thing. So that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this resonates. I hope you were able to get something out of this. And with that being said, I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello, group 3. Let's get right into your reading for what your next relationship, what your next partner is going to be like. So we have the Seven of Wands, the Sun, the Lovers reversed, and the Six of Swords reversed. So your person might be a Leo or they might be a Gemini with the Sun and the Lovers card. Excuse me. All right. So right off the bat, the immediate vibe that I kind of get from the spread for some of you, with that Seven of Wands here, I feel as though your next partner, or your next romantic interest, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a very serious romantic partner. It can just be like your next romantic interest. I feel like not many people are going to be approving of them. There's something about them that people don't necessarily like. They don't necessarily have the popular opinion. They might be an underdog in some way. People just might not necessarily see the potential that you see within them. But with this Sun card, it's like you see something that other people don't. You see this very caring and nurturing person. You see someone who has a lot of potential, someone who may be very connected to their inner child in some way, or someone who you just believe in them, right? Like this person is an underdog, right? And you see their potential and you see all of the obstacles that are kind of that are up against them, and you want the best for them. You want them to basically live up to their potential, or the roles can be reversed, reverse them however way is necessary and works for you. And so you might be kind of basically on their side, trying to support them and trying to help them reach the upper hand, trying to help them prove that they can do this, that sort of thing. I also get with the Seven of Wands, this person Because Seven of Wands, right? That's like fighting against obstacles. This is someone who doesn't give up. So this could be someone who's just very persistent. Someone who, no matter what, they are going to fight back. Even if the odds are against them, they're just not someone who is going to give up. I feel like this person is definitely going to fight for your love. Maybe you have different suitors. Maybe you have a lot of different people trying to get your attention with the Seven of Wands. This person is like, okay, I understand that you have a bunch of people here, but I'm gonna show you how I'm the one for you. You know, like they're gonna try to do all of the things in order to get your attention and to prove that they are deserving of you, your time, and your love, which is really cute. That's really fun. And then we have the Lovers reversed here, which can indicate like a disconnect, but paired with the Seven of Wands here, I just get this vibe of, again, people not really approving you. I get the vibe of like star-crossed lovers with this spread. I don't know what it is, but I just get this vibe like people just don't want you together for whatever reason. People just don't like you and this person together. They don't like this person for whatever reason. Maybe there's like a family feud between you two. I don't know. Who knows? But yes, so star-crossed lovers type of vibe here. Just no matter what happens, or no matter how much you two try to be together, there's just something that for some reason holds you back, whether it is actually other people or other external forces. And we have the Six of Swords reversed, which kind of reads as like stagnation, or you possibly just like trying to hold on to each other and trying to move into the next stage of the relationship, but just struggling to do so. I also get the vibe that with the Six of Swords reverse, maybe this is like a past lover for some of you. Maybe this is someone that you have been involved with in the past, and maybe that's why people don't approve of this person because they haven't necessarily created a good reputation between your friends and your family, and these people think of this person as bad news. Maybe they don't think that they are a good influence or something like that. Maybe they're like considered the bad boy or whatever. Oh my God. So that's the kind of the vibe that this is showing me here. And for some of you, I just wonder if like your friends or your loved ones or something, they just feel like this person just isn't worth your time. I'm so sorry if you can hear like whining in the background. My dog is like harassing me. I'm not letting her in the room, so she's outside the door like, let me in. Girl, no, I will not let you in. So that is kind of what this is showing me here. I will also wonder if with the odds kind of being against you two, I wonder if that relates to this being a long distance relationship, because Six of Swords, I kind of get the vibe of like distance or like maybe over the internet or something like that. So maybe this is like a long distance relationship between you two, and it just feels like the odds are just working against you in some way. And maybe the distance makes it difficult to maintain a harmonious connection between you two with the Lovers reverse, because this can be emotional disconnect between you and a person, or maybe conflict between you two. Maybe it's you two not getting along or something along those lines. So there's that. Next, we have robotic. Imagine it was like, so your next partner is gonna be AI. No, but so we have robotic, we have optimism, and we have separation. All right, let's see what we have here. So with the robotic card, the immediate vibe that this gives me is that up until this point, your relationships may have felt very traditional. They may have felt very like, oh, this is what you are told that you're supposed to do, but it's not actually what you want. I wonder if up until this point you have dated people that your family actually approves of, that your culture is actually approving, there we go, is actually approving of, but that isn't very emotionally fulfilling for you. It's not the thing that makes you happy. It's not the thing that makes your titties jump. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what it is. And so I think that with this relationship, it's almost like you don't want to let go of it, because there is a sense of passion between you and this person. There's excitement between you two, that sort of thing. And I also wonder if with this relationship as well, if this is a long distance relationship, I wonder if you know, after having known each other for a while or being involved with one another for a while, it'll get to a point where things begin to feel robotic. Things begin to feel like you're kind of just going through the motions, where you are talking to each other, you know, all the time, but it doesn't feel as connected as it once did. I also wonder if with that Seven of Wands here and the Lovers reversed, I wonder if some of you may try to force this relationship to work. Almost like you know that you and this person aren't necessarily compatible with that Lovers card, but you're just trying to make it work in some way because you don't want to admit surrender. Maybe you like the attention that this person gives you. I'm not sure. So I wonder if with that robotic card, it's like maybe there isn't that much of a compatibility here, or maybe there isn't much of an emotional connection, but you just want to, maybe some of you just want to be in a relationship so badly that you are willing to settle for something that is very monotonous and something that is kind of emotionally disconnected, because at least you get to say that this person is by your side. At least you get to say that you have a romantic partner. And in which case, you know, my Saturn in the first house is going to come out and be like, hey man, listen, I understand you want to be in a relationship, but what's the point of being in a relationship if you're not emotionally fulfilled? Like, what void is it actually filling here? You know what I mean? Yeah, like, yeah, you get to sleep by their side or whatever, but do they make you happy? Do they make you smile? You know, for the most part. Does that kind of make sense? So, whatever. So that's kind of what I have there with the, yeah, I don't know, like, it just feels like dry. Like, it just feels like what is there here that you're actually trying to salvage? I wonder for some of you, like, this is like a past lover that is coming back and you're trying to make things work, even though the odds are against your favor, or the odds are not in your favor, should I say? But with this robotic card, it's like, I'm trying to, like, you're trying to make it work, even though you and this person have basically outgrown each other. That's kind of what that looks like here. I wonder whether it's like a past lover or like just like an ongoing relationship, like an on and off relationship here, where things are just not working out, but you're just trying to go through the motions of making things work because it's just like the routine that you've created between you and this person. So yes, that's what I have there for you. And then we have optimism. So that's really cute. I wonder, because we have that Sun card, which is like the optimism. It's like faith. It is the birth. It can be the birth of something new here. So I wonder if with that robotic card, right, that could be like also the internet relationship here. So maybe the optimism card indicates kind of you trying to look at the brighter side of things, even though it feels as though everything is against you. Everything is just working not in your favor. So that could be what this optimism card here is. And then we have separation, which is really interesting. Again, it just feels like distance. Physical distance might get in the way, or emotional distance might get in the way. I also wonder if other people are going to end up getting in the way and try to have a sort of separation. Again, with the whole star-crossed lovers thing, I wonder if this realization between you and this person that things are just not working out, no matter how much you try to make things work out, which can be very disappointing. I wonder if with this relationship, there's kind of this being forced to look at reality or to look at a certain perspective that you may not have wanted to look at before, which is understandable, you know, like no one really wants to face the reality that you and this person are just not going to work out, you know, then no one really wants to face that, especially if they are very attached to one another, especially if they feel as though they put in a lot of work into this relationship. So yeah, next we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So for some of you, maybe like a mother figure, a maternal figure is trying to get in the way of this relationship. In which case I would just have to say, like, maybe your mother figure, this maternal figure, maybe they do have good intentions and maybe they want what is best for you, but at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, this is your life, you know? Of course, that's easier said than done, especially if you're part of, for example, a collectivist culture. Like, for example, like if you're part of like Hispanic culture, in which everyone is just very close knit, everything is very much based on the family, things along those lines. But it's like at one point or another, you know, you have to stand up for yourself and be like, hey, I understand that you don't approve of this person, but I really like this person and I want to explore things with them. And whether or not I have your approval, I'm gonna explore things with them. It would be nice to have your approval, but that's not gonna hold me back from wanting to be with them. So maybe that's a conversation that you need to have with someone, or with a maternal figure specifically. For others of you, how can you mother yourself? I wonder if this is basically saying to stop trying to make a relationship work when it's just not working, right? Because the Belva's reverse, that is like emotional disconnect between you and another person, and you possibly just trying to find warmth or comfort within this relationship because you struggle to find that within your own self. Maybe you feel like you need a relationship in order to be happy. And so I think that this whole dynamic is going to teach you and really push you to do things for yourself, to mother yourself, to cater to your own needs and to your own desires, and to stop straining yourself, stop bending over backwards for a relationship or for a person in which maybe they're not trying, or in which things just feel very disconnected. You know, like it kind of reminds me a lot of like the Ten of Swords, where it's like you're trying to drag my God, like you're beating a dead horse with a stick type of thing. Like you're just dragging things out, even though like there's not much life left in this thing. So I wonder if this whole dynamic is basically saying like, hey, know when to let things go, know when to just surrender to this whole thing and just realize like things are just not working out, and that's okay. And that's not a definition of like who I am. It's just that me and this person are simply not compatible. So there's that. And then another way in which I can interpret this card is like maybe this person is going to be very mothering, very nurturing with you, and maybe that's why you have such a strong attachment to them, is like they take care of you in a way that no one else has, and maybe that's why like you still want to hold on to them no matter what, you know. And then we have the initiation, a rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So this is interesting because it reminds me a lot of the Seven of Wands. In the beginning of this relationship, people might not necessarily be all that approving of you and this person, or specifically this person. So I think with this initiation card, it could be that things kind of start off rocky, but if you two genuinely feel very connected with one another and feel that you are just wanting to work things out and you are determined to build a relationship with one another, then the initiation card is basically showing that in the beginning it might be a bit rough, but if you work hard enough, then eventually you might reach kind of like this oasis here. You might reach the good part. With that being said, I do want to say like a disclaimer. Don't continue fighting for a relationship that is just simply not working out, in which the person is neglecting you or just not treating you right. There's a difference between like external factors that are both outside of the control of you and your partner, and just like internal factors in which the way that they treat you, for example, or just being passive aggressive with one another, or, you know, just like you two literally not getting along for whatever reason, or you two having very different values or beliefs, or whatever the case may be. I think I want to specify the difference between those two, and I don't want to encourage anyone to stay in a relationship that is quite literally not working out, and there might be signs in which things are literally just not, that are telling you like, please leave, you know what I mean? So please bear that in mind. So there's that. Please use your discernment when it comes to that. So yes, that's what I have for you here. And then next we have take risk. So I like this card because it's like a goat who is who has reached the peak, the top of the mountain. And I think that's really cool. So again, it's like this relationship might take a lot of work. This relationship might take some time to really build things up, right? Seven of Wands, like it's going to build a lot of endurance. And I feel like it's just going to teach a lot of lessons in terms of like what unconditional love is, in the sense of like, you love this person that you were just willing to fight for them, even though there are so many external factors that are like pushing against you guys, if that makes sense. Whether it is the disapproval of loved ones, or like, I don't know, for some reason, the disapproval of like coworkers or something, or if it's distance, you know what I mean? Like trying to make a long distance relationship work. That's why take risk and like, what is this? The initiation. Like I feel that it's going to teach a lot of resilience. And the relationship might not necessarily be the easiest at first, but it might get to a point eventually where like you reach that mountaintop, you reach the peak of everything, and things will finally be able to kind of mellow out a little bit, and you get to finally enjoy one another. But it might take a little bit of time to get to that point. So there's that. And also with that take risk card, it's like, I feel that this relationship is going to teach you kind of like the value of taking risks, or it's going to make you think of whether this relationship is worth taking a risk on, or if it's not taking a risk on. I also feel like for some of you, if you have always been kind of like a conformist, or if you've always followed the rules, this relationship might teach you to kind of go against the grain in some way, or it might push you to go against the grain if you really want to be this person. Or be with this person, should I say. So yes, that is what I have for you, group 3. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. And I hope you liked the reading. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's just go ahead and get right into the cards. Let's see what your next relationship, what your next partner is going to be like. So we have the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, the Tower reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed. So honestly, when I first saw this spread, I fucking died. I laughed because it's just, I don't know, like it just made me so funny. I feel like this is such a dramatic type of thing. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But with the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, I feel like you and your partner both have very strong personalities. With the Queen of Cups here, you could be someone who is very nurturing, someone who is very like intuitive, very emotional, very in tune with your emotions, and maybe sometimes that gets the best of you, in which you struggle to look at things logically. You could be someone who is a little bit smothering, someone who possibly has issues with boundaries, something along those lines. Or you might be someone who is just like very, like you just have a big heart. I feel like a lot of you might have a very, very big heart. You might be very sensitive. And that might be an issue within this relationship. We have the King of Wands as well. So, I mean, you could either be the King of Wands or the Queen of Cups. I'm just kind of whatever. But then we have the King of Wands here. So reverse the roles however way you need to. Be the King of Wands, this can be someone who's very much a leader, someone who is very loud, someone who always thinks that they are right, someone who does not back down from a fight, someone who's very self-assured, someone who's very stubborn, possibly prideful. What else? Charming. I said self-assured, yeah. What else is the King of Wands? That's what kind of comes to mind initially. Someone who's possibly like impulsive, something along those lines, right? So we have like, water, we have fire. So two kind of polar opposites here, if you will. Whether this is you or whether this is your other person, whatever the case may be, like I said, reverse the roles however way you need to. But it kind of looks like there's a clash in personalities a little bit, and I feel as though you two might teach a lot to one another. I feel that with this King of Wands, they might kind of hurt your feelings without meaning to, and it's just because like they just like impulsively say shit. Like they're just very loud and they're very, I guess, boisterous, and they just say the first thing that's on their mind. They're kind of like a head ass. And the Queen of Cups here is just like, oh my god, like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, why would you hurt my feelings? And so I feel they might not necessarily intentionally hurt your feelings, but you just might be someone who's a little bit sensitive. And so it seems that with these two cards, there's a lot of learning that can be done or that can be had between you two, in which you teach this person how to be a little bit more compassionate, how to be more considerate of others, how to be, not necessarily open-minded, but to have a bigger heart, to be more patient, to be more kind, to be more mindful of the way in which they say things along those lines. And with the King of Wands, this person is going to teach you how to kind of grow thicker skin, to not take things so personally, to not view things as an attack all of the time, to be more, straightforward, to be a bit of a head ass, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like the give and take here. I feel like there's a lot of learning that can take place between you and this person. And we have this Tower reversed, which is interesting because this is kind of like trying to avoid the inevitable. I also get a vibe of like a lot of passion between you two, a lot of excitement between you two, because you two are so different. But with this Tower reverse, this is really interesting. I wonder if this is something that kind of starts off as like a wildfire but burns out very quickly because of just how much of a clash there is between you two, and possibly just kind of like viewing things differently, just having a different approach to life. It's not necessarily that any person is wrong per se, or that they approach things in a bad way. It's just like you just have distinct approaches and it kind of clashes. So with that Tower reversed, I wonder if for some of you this might be something that is a bit short-lived. Maybe this is a fling of some type. And I just, again, like there's strong personalities in which each person believes that they are right. Like they're very like assured in their truth. And that might kind of be the downfall of the relationship, if you will. Like each person is just so stubborn and kind of stuck in their own ways and kind of having a hard time looking at the other person or kind of viewing things from a different perspective, that it kind of leads to things burning out. So I'm sorry for laughing, but this spread is just so funny to me. So Tower reverse, like trying to delay the inevitable. You know, you two try to make things work out because you do have a strong attachment to one another. Maybe there is a lot of passion, and maybe you learn so much from one another, but there's just, your personalities might be so strong that it just ends up, you know, things just possibly don't end up working out. I mean, take it all with a grain of salt. What do I know? And then we have the Page of Wands reversed, which again, so this could be like miscommunication between you two. You two just like not really understanding one another, not really understanding each other's points of view. Page of Wands reverse, this is also kind of like directionlessness. So I wonder if you two kind of ends up impulsively getting into a relationship, right? Because King of Wands, they just impulsively jump into shit. And Queen of Cups is like, oh my god, like I want to drown in you. And so that's why we have the Tower reversed. It's like there's an unstable foundation here, of course. Maybe there wasn't enough time to build a rapport with one another. Maybe there wasn't enough time to really get to know one another. Oh my god, please. This is giving like Ariana Grande and fucking Sultan Galaxy. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Please don't roast me. Don't yell at me. I'm not roasting you, I'm not making fun of you, please God. But I wonder if with the Page of Wands reverse, there is this sense of kind of jumping into something without being prepared. Like maybe you two end up moving in with one another very quickly. Maybe you get engaged very quickly. Something along those lines. And it kind of leads to things being rocky later on because a solid foundation wasn't built, you know what I mean? It's like you didn't have enough time to get to know one another, and then as time goes on, you know, each person, you know, they kind of start getting more comfortable, and the more comfortable they get, they worry less about trying to be their best selves all of the time. So I wonder if that's kind of a thing that happens between you two, where it starts off very strong, very passionately. It's like you're just drowning in one another, and you're just like consumed by one another. You can't get enough of one another, but then things kind of start dying off or burning out because there's either like a lack of planning or things were just so rushed. So I mean, you know, this could be like your sign of your little warning sign to not be so quick to rush into anything with a person, to not be so quick of like moving in with them after a few weeks or getting engaged with them after a few months. You know, granted, every person, every relationship is different. And there are some people who do get married and do get engaged, or who do end up moving in together very quickly and very soon within the relationship, and it works out in the long term. But that's not necessarily the majority. So keep that in mind. So there's that. Okay, we have soulmate recognition. So maybe you two are soulmates, which I don't necessarily like to say lightly, but the cards here, so maybe you're like soulmates or twin flames or whatever. I don't know. We have unfinished business, which is really interesting actually. And then we have boundaries. Love this. So maybe this is a soulmate of yours, and it's really interesting with this unfinished business here, because for some of you, maybe this is like a past lover or something, although it doesn't necessarily have to be. The vibe that I more so get with unfinished business is you possibly find yourselves dating the same person in a different body, the same personality in a different body. So I think with unfinished business here, this is almost kind of a test to see your growth, or to see how far you have come within your relationships, and especially in terms of boundaries, in terms of basically not rushing things, in terms of planning things out. Yes, you two might have a very strong magnetic pull with one another. You two might just very deeply understand one another and just kind of know what the other person wants, but at the same time, there might be certain obstacles that kind of get in the way of that, or there just might be this thing of needing to slow down and needing to take the time to really get to know one another. The vibe that I kind of get with the unfinished business here and with the unfinished art here is like you possibly getting into a relationship, and then things burn out very quickly, and then there isn't really any sort of closure, and then you just jump into the next thing, and then you just jump into the next thing, and then it kind of keeps on going, that cycle of like something starting off very strong, and then things just kind of like dwindling very quickly, and then it starts all over. So I think with this unfinished business card, this is basically talking about how this relationship might just be another opportunity for you to end that cycle, and to possibly be a little bit more practical with your relationships, to make sure to basically find ways to like I said, to end that cycle, to not be so quick to jump into things, to not be so impulsive within relationships, to be careful of losing yourself within your relationships, to implement boundaries, to take things a little bit more slower, to take more time to get to know one another, to be careful of losing yourself within this person, to be careful and to be mindful of the fact that you are an individual and they are an individual. Yes, it's nice that you can come together, but at the end of the day, you are your own person, and they are their own person. So make sure that you have your own interests, your own social life, your own whatever the fuck that you can go to whenever you don't want to spend time with this person, or whenever you need like some space from this person. And when I say space, I don't mean like breaking up or anything, but when you just need time to be alone, and they need to have the same thing for themselves as well. So that's kind of what this is. That's what this is giving me. And it's so interesting because next we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Yes, this relationship is going to teach you a lot about how to establish better boundaries so that you don't lose yourself in this person. And we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. So this relationship, again, I just get this vibe of a lot of closeness between you two. And even though you two are just so different, you are going to teach each other different perspectives. Like I mentioned, you are going to teach each other how to understand one another, basically, with that Queen of Cups and that King of Wands here. This relationship might be deeply transformative, right? It might be something that is just completely different from what you may have ever experienced. And it might be similar in the sense that you start off very quickly, but maybe this is the relationship in which change actually does take place, in which boundaries are actually instilled. I kind of get the vibe that the Queen of Cups person is going to be the person who struggles with the boundaries, and the King of Wands is like, hey man, like I need my own time, I need my own space here. So I'm not sure whether it's you who's the Queen of Cups or the other person as the Queen of Cups, but whatever the case may be, that's what that looks like. So there's that. There's just like this deep understanding between you two. Maybe it's like you can read each other's minds or something like that, or you're just very much in sync with one another. So there's that. They might be. Did I ever say signs? So you could be a water sign, or they could be a water sign or fire, like water and fire signs here, right? And then the Tower, that's like Mars, so like an Aries or Scorpio, that could be the energy here. So there's that. And then what is this? We have the Sage. So yes, this is definitely going to be a learning experience. Like I said, maybe you're twin flames, maybe you're a soulmate connection or something, which like I said, I don't like saying that. I don't like promoting that because for personal reasons, whatever. But there could be a lot of lessons that you get to learn with this person and that you teach them as well. I feel like there's just a lot of learning with one another. There is a lot of growth that can be experienced if you are open to it. And the learning may have a lot to do with boundaries. They may have a lot to do with basically not losing yourself in this relationship. Taking things slow and making sure that you have time for yourself, making sure that you have your own identity outside of this relationship. So yeah, that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope that you like this. I hope you were able to get something out of this. Let me know in the comments down below what your feedback is. And with that being said, I will talk to you later. Bye.